This is one of my favorite silhouettes, and I didn't have my first pair of forums until I think December of last year, but my collection just keeps growing, and as long as Adidas keeps giving us different colorways, it'll continue to get bigger and bigger. Before we get into the kicks, if this is your first time here, then welcome. Bread and Butter is pretty new, growing real fast. I'm trying to get to 1K subs as soon as possible, so if you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoy this video, then help me out with a thumbs up. That'll help other people see this video, which will help my channel grow faster. But anyhow, let's get to these kicks. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. It seems like the hotter that it gets outside, the louder these cicadas become. So I apologize for the background noise. I think for this summer, it's just something we'll be having to deal with. I can even hear it from in my office when I'm working, and there's no windows or anything in there. It's loud. It's really loud. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but this is what is making all that noise. Tons and tons and tons of these things are just running wild right now. I think their little red eyes are pretty cool. Once again, I'm not a bug guy, I'm a shoe guy. So if you've seen my other Form 84 reviews, then you're familiar with this box. Opens like a drawer. They gave us the Adidas paper, and then inside of that Adidas paper, each one of the shoes was wrapped individually with a plain white tissue paper. But here's a look at the tag. It reads Form 84 High. The colors are white, glow pink, and vibrant red. This is a size 10 personal pair. These cost, I think, $110 on the Adidas app, and they're available in all sizes right now. And then I can't put it off any longer. Here they are. And I'm interested in seeing what people say about these. I know a lot of guys aren't really into pink. I like it. I like color, I like bright color, and I don't mind standing out. So when I saw this, I didn't hesitate at all. I just added them right to cart and bought myself a pair. But once again, it's no surprise that the materials, at first glance, and just holding them in my hand here for a second, they look really, really good, and they feel really, really nice. It's a clean looking pair of shoes. So look at that classic Form 84 outsole. But let me know in the comments, guys, girls, whoever's watching this, let me know if this is something you would wear or if it isn't. And be brutally honest, we all like what we like, you know? I like them. I like them a lot. And I don't think they'll be as hard to style as what people might think. So starting with this outsole, classic Form 84, just like I mentioned before. The inner portion is a white, maybe a little bit of an off-white, but it's a white color. And then the outer perimeter of it is a nice, it's a pink color. There's no salmon or anything, that's pink. Looks like Porky the Pig pink. Then I like that they gave us that classic red suction cup. And then as you come up from that outsole, you can see that the midsole is a nice white color. And you can also see just a hint of that pink outsole wrapping up, so it can be seen whenever you're standing up straight. This midsole is all a nice white color, and the stitching is white to match. We've got a white foam and a white netting for the Dillinger webbing. Just above that, we've got this nice pink color on this hard plastic heel anchor. Coming around to the front of the shoe, we've got a really smooth white leather on this mud guard. And it seems like it's the same leather for the mud guard and then this back panel right above the plastic heel counter. That seems to have the same texture and the same color. But then behind the mud guard, you've got more of a textured leather, And this doesn't feel as soft as some of the Form 84 leather that I've seen, but it's a really good quality. It doesn't feel bad, it's just not really buttery like we've seen on the Cloud Blues and the Orbit Gray drops. And it looks like behind these 3 stripes we've got more of that same leather that we have on the toe box. And for our stripes, it's not a hairy suede at all, but it's a nice soft suede, and it definitely seems like good quality. And I like that bright red. I think that touch right there will make it easier to wear with other things. And we've got a really smooth leather coming up for these panels, and that's kind of the same that we have on the mudguard. It's just a nice feeling, thick cut of a smooth leather it's white or maybe just a hint of off-white. Up here we've got a nice suede by the ankle area, and that's on the outer side of the shoe. But then once you get to the inner portion of the shoe, it's a really soft buttery pink leather, and this is just a suede. And that matches the Adidas logo that we've got here. And they gave us a plain white strap on this drop. The tongue is just like any other form that you've seen, but the top, it's got a white leather tag with a pink Adidas emblem, and the tongue has pink piping going around it. So one of the things that I noticed a difference of is just there's a lot more textured leather on the Orbit Grays and a lot more off-whites and tans. And then also up around the ankle, you don't have any suede like you do on the pink pair.